Hello, my dear friends. In this video, we are going to understand the syllabus of database management system. Database management system is one of the important and easy subject with respect to UGC NET exam. Why? Because all of us have studied this subject in our undergraduate as well as in the postgraduate. So we might have dive depth into the subject so that we can score very good marks in database management system. So according to me, approximately you might expect 10 questions from this subject, and we can divide this subject into two important parts. So DBMS can be divided into two important parts where the traditional things are also present and advanced concepts are also present. Okay, so with respect to traditional things, the SQL queries and relational algebra, so and so forth will be coming. With respect to advanced big data, Hadoop, data mining related algorithms are coming into picture. So I am going to give you an in-depth syllabus analysis with respect to the database management system in my perspective. So in the next 5 minutes, you will understand what are all the things that you have to study in database management system such that you can comfortably score 7 questions. That means you can easily earn 14 marks without much effort. Okay, let's dive into the in-depth syllabus analysis. So I am dividing the entire database management into 8 subdivisions. Let me explain you what are all the things that you have to concentrate with respect to these 8 subdivisions, provided all these 8 subdivisions are related to only the traditional database management system concepts that I have shown you in the previous slide. Clear? So with respect to these 8 subdivisions, we will start with the database management system basics, where you will study about the basic definitions and terminologies that are very important for understanding the subject. Also, you have to discuss about the architecture of DBMS, different views of DBMS, that is called logical view, physical view, etc. These are all the basics which will help you to understand the static questions. Next is relational algebra, where we are going to discuss about the basic operators. Okay, basic operators. And then you have to discuss about the propositional calculus, where you have to understand about domain relational calculus, DRC and TRC you have to be understanding. And then you have to discuss about the comparators. So these are all the important topics with respect to relational algebra. Also, they will give you a relational algebra query and ask you to predict the output. So if you are comfortable with the symbolic representation of relational algebra, then this is a cakewalk for you. The next most important topic is SQL queries, where you have to concentrate about the basic queries, but mostly the question will not be there from that particular part. You have to understand the nested or subqueries and different types of subqueries like correlated subquery, row subquery. You can expect a question from that particular part. Also, please be aware of these keywords: group by, order by, and most importantly count function with respect to aggregate function. These are all very important topics with respect to SQL queries. So here also they will be giving you a SQL query and you have to find the output, or they will be giving you a scenario, you have to predict which query is apt for that English term that you have to give. Next one is ER model. That is one of the basic building block of database management system, where you have to understand about the ER model to relational table. Relational table. This is one of the fundamental question that they are asking every time. So minimum 2 mark is guaranteed from that particular part. Also, you have to concentrate about constraints with respect to SQL. Constraints with respect to SQL. That is also a very important and dominating part with respect to question paper, 2 mark guarantee. So relational algebra, problem based question, SQL problem based question, ER model also problem based question. Normalization, you all know that minimum 1 question, minimum 1 question, maximum 5 question. If it is a jackpot type, the jackpot type question, maximum you can expect 5 questions. So you have to understand the basics. You have to understand what is closure. You have to understand what is candidate key, how to find candidate key, highest normal form, okay, and then dependency preserving, lossless join property, minimal cover. If you are comfortable with all these topics, minimum 1 question, maximum 5 question you can attend. And then the 6th part, according to my analysis, is transaction and recovery management, where they will be dealing about the acid properties. Okay, acid properties, that is one static question that you can expect every time. Okay, every time there is a static question from acid properties. And then with respect to recovery management, you have to concentrate on 4 topics. That is different types of recovery management: shadow paging, log based recovery, and checkpointing. Predominantly they will be concentrating in checkpointing, so you can expect a question from checkpointing, 2 marks guaranteed. And scheduling, you all know that in database management system, when there is more than one transaction are taking place, scheduling is very important. So how to schedule with respect to conflict serializable and view serializable. One question compulsory from this particular part. And finally, concurrency control mechanisms, where they will be dealing about the different types of locking mechanisms, 2-phase locking, Thomas Wright rule, so on and so forth, and they will be completing with respect to deadlock. Okay, my dear friends, with respect to my analysis, these are all the important topics that you have to study with respect to database management system. And if you are studying it thoroughly, comfortably, you can score minimum of 7 questions. That means 14 marks guaranteed. Both problem, statement oriented, and static questions are equally importantly covered with respect to database management system. I hope you are all able to understand the syllabus analysis with respect to database management system. Please do start preparation from today onwards. Thank you so much for listening.